We're going to get more context now and perspective on all of this. NBC senior legal correspondent Laura Jarrett's here, and we've got our chief White House correspondent Kristen Welker standing by. Laura, I mean, this was so fascinating to have this conversation and then get a preview of some of the arguments. Yes. So let's take it on from a legal perspective first. Let's finish this First Amendment thing, because we're hearing that a lot. Oh, this is criminalizing First Amendment. This is political speech. Where are we going in this country if you can't speak your mind? Is that a valid legal argument?
If he had been charged with what he said at the Ellipse on the morning of January 6th, I think this would be a different case. The prosecutors have made it crystal clear here. He is not being charged for his speech. He is being charged for the means that he used to try to subvert the will of the people by putting forth fraudulent slates of electors and therefore defrauding the U.S. government. It's not about calling the election rigged. It's not about saying that he had actually won. It's about the means that he used to do that. And the best example I can give you is if you look at your bank account today and you see a bunch of money missing, it looks like the bank took it out wrongly, you get to challenge that. You even get to go on TV and say, I think I lost a bunch of money and the bank is at fault. What you don't get to do is to rob that bank or to try to rob that bank. And that is what the Justice Department is accusing the former president of the United States of doing.
Another issue that's come up with the lawyers' interviews, and we can see this happening, is an argument that President Trump sincerely believed that the election was stolen, and therefore you can never prove that he had a corrupt intent to defraud the American people. Is that a valid argument?
Well, that'll be for the jury to decide. The issue here, though, is there is a whole bunch of evidence, and this is just in the indictment. This isn't everything they have. In the indictment, they lay out chapter and verse all of the times that Mr. Trump was told by everyone and their mother that the election fraud claims were bogus and that he had lost and that he was aware of it and that he had acknowledged it on at least some occasions. Now, the jury is going to decide whether that amounts to corrupt intent, but that's the evidence they have. The evidence they have is that he was told and he just didn't want to hear it.
All right, let's turn for a moment to Kristen Welker on the political side of this. We had a big discussion with the lawyers. You just heard Kristen about when this trial might take place. It's really important because if this runs past the election, there is a world in which Donald Trump could be reelected, and there is a potential of pardoning himself or ordering his Justice Department to drop the case. So it's this issue that we were going back and forth about, when is this trial going to happen? Very interesting and very important.
Very important, Savannah, because it speaks to the strategy here. Are the president and his legal team effectively trying to run out the clock so that the election is held before these cases go to court? In the meantime, he is trying to build momentum based off of this. From his first indictment to his third indictment, Savannah, he's only gotten politically stronger. A recent poll showing 71% of GOP voters do not think that he committed a crime. One poll shows him with a 37-point lead over his nearest rival, Ron DeSantis. Now, look, this cuts both ways, right? Because he's seen a spike in fundraising. He said on a fundraising email overnight. At the same time, his legal fees are going up. So his super PAC spent some $20 million in legal fees in the first part of this year alone, Savannah. And that effectively is more than they brought in. So that's the double-edged sword here. And I think the outstanding question, will there be a weight of this that becomes too great?
What's interesting, as I turn back to Laura on this issue of a speedy trial, it belongs to the defendant. It's the defendant's right. It's to protect the defendant. It's in the Sixth Amendment. The government can't just hold you forever and say, oh, we'll try you one day, and there you are in this legal limbo. Yeah. On the other hand, the defendant can say, well, I waive that. Let's stretch it out a little bit longer. But the judge will decide. At some point, the defendant also can't stretch it out forever.
And the judge is also there to vindicate the rights of the public. The public has a right to a speedy trial as the victims of this alleged crime, and the judge is there to serve as a check. And in this case especially, where the alleged crime is about the disenfranchisement of voters, according to prosecutors, the judge is going to have to take that into account, too.
Well, it's a fascinating indictment. It goes to the heart of the matter, whether or not this election was stolen. We will continue to cover it. Laura and Kristen, thank you. It's a historic day.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.